Manchester United back top of the league. Paul Pogba with an absolute wonder strike to give Man United 3 points. That's 17 games away from home unbeaten. Another away win. And Man United's impeccable away form continues. Pogba sexuals in the house. What a performance from the midfield talisman again. Cavani with the equaliser after a terrible start. Bad defending from AWB and more so by United had to fight to get themselves back in and then show real guts and mentality to hang on and stay in. Less said about Bailly's deflection at the end that nearly went in. We'll ignore that like it didn't happen. But Man United back top, 40 points on the board. And these are the gateways. These are the moments that we've been crying out for. I don't want to hear people boo-hooing and hissing and crying. We've been moaning for this. Every time we have to take the initiative, or every time it's a clutch game, every time there's pressure, we never come through. We're coming through more and more now. I want to shout out Paul Pogba because he's been one of the most maligned players in Premier League history. And by God, he was good tonight. Dominant, incisive, passionate, energy, love, desire. And that's where Paul Pogba's game's gone up in the last 4 or 5 weeks. It's that passion. It's the passion merchant in him coming out. He lost the ball at one point in the second half. He tracked back and he won it back. That's what we want to see as Man United fans. Real, true Red Devils want to see that tenacity. That dogged, never say die approach. Relentless. Some people are going to say, Lucky, I don't care. It was an excellent performance. United put themselves top, and this title race is heating up. This title race is brewing nicely. Man United 2, Fulham 1. Now, we're going to open up the StreamYard links for you to come on and have your say. The only fan channel that lets the audience phone up and have their say. How about that? Hit the like button. Hit the share button first. We're going to share the link for you to call in on the Discord server in a few moments' time. Actually, I'll make you a deal. We hit 1,000 likes, you guys get to call in. We hit 50 shares, we'll share it straight away. Big shout out to our sponsors tonight, Manscaped. You can get a 20% discount off all male grooming products. The link for that is inside our description below. If you're watching on Facebook, please like and subscribe. If you're watching on Twitter, please retweet. And make sure you subscribe to the Football Terrace and hit the bell notification button. I am so happy with that. Elite. Mentality monsters. That's all I'm going to say. Stars being stars. That's what my Liverpool is missing. Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what? I want to say this. I need to call this out before we bring the panel on. Individual moments of brilliance are what football is all about. Imagine you. I don't want to celebrate Paul Pogba's goal tonight because it was brilliant. Imagine. That's essentially what you're saying. That is essentially what you're saying. It was amazing. Great strike. Cavani as well deserves big credit tonight. The way he performed, the way he played. For me, the other talking point tonight, aside from Paul Pogba, is Cavani. Should he now be the permanent number 9? Not the shirt number, but the permanent number 9 starting for Manchester United. That's a question for you, the audience, that I want answers to this evening. And thirdly, Man United is 17 games unbeaten from home. Is it impossible to go on 17 games unbeaten in the Premier League, which is almost an entire season's worth of away games, and have no system, have no style, have no tactics? That is what we're asking. And do you know what I love the most about this? The Ollie outers are in the mud even more. The Pogba sexuals are in the mud even more, because Paul Pogba's now having his most incisive performances at the most clutch moments for this club. Under Ollie, who'd have thought it? Mentality monsters. Oi, oi. Baz here says the record number of league changes on top of the table this season. That's amazing to be involved with that. Tevin here says, I couldn't not celebrate Paul Pogba's goal. It was a stunner. Gobsmacked. The Devil's Advocate says, shame about the 20 times chant. 21 will sound much better, though. I hear you, bro. We've got to get a new chant ready. Maybe, just maybe. We've got super chats aplenty coming now. Get your super chats in. Ben says, we are Cavani, Brno, Rashford, and Pogba FC. until they give Ollie credit, which is true. And do you know what's been really amazing about Man United in the last few weeks that's really stood out to me above and beyond everything else is that we've got so many match winners at this club, and that's to be proud of. That's to be happy about. We are going to touch on Man City's illegal goal later on in the show as well, so make sure you stay tuned. We're here for a while. Where's the Pogba haters? Respect his name and on Man United performance tonight and for coming... and that's coming from an Arsenal fan who will be above Chelsea by next week's show. Yes, you may be, Steve. Yes, you may be. And absolutely, Pogba haters, sit yourselves down. He loves the club. He's working hard. He's fighting. He's giving it his all. Look at that. The West Ham goal, yes, was amazing. Got us back in the game. Stood out. But that's 2 match winners from Pogba in a week. 2 match winners from Pogba in a week, bruv. In a week. But you know what we do here at the Football Terrace? We celebrate Paul Pogba. We celebrate Cavani. We celebrate Brno. We celebrate Rashi. We celebrate Martial. We celebrate Ollie. We celebrate all teams that do well. But right now, it's Man United's time to shine in the light. We didn't need no illegal goals. We didn't need that tonight. We didn't need a dodgy handball penalty to give us the win, did we? That's all I'm saying. Nabil here says, I wasn't even worried about the game. I was 99% sure that we would win it. This is what we're missing for the last 7 years. Progress, amazing win. And I think you hit the nail on the head. This is exactly what Man United have been missing in years. Decisive win, close wins. And do you know what? I'm going to bring the panel on in a minute. I'll start bringing them on. Do you know what tonight reminded me of? 2007. I want to say it was about February. 1-0 down. And then 2-1. And then a great goal from a certain CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo, away at Fulham. We win 2-1. And do you know what? Go back to Man United's great season. So many 1-0, so many 2-1, so many narrow victories. This is part of our DNA, and I love it. I love it. I'm a United sexual. There's no doubt about it. We are Arsenal fans always hating. Why are Arsenal fans always hating? I have no idea what it is you're talking about. Maybe I haven't read the comments yet, but here we go. Let's get the panel on. Smash that like and share button, people. Subscribe to the Football Terrace. Here we go. We got more people in the background, but Man United stayed top. KJ.
Back at the top of the blood clot.
Wait, listen. Are you mad? Are you actually mad? You're Alfie, bruv. Are you finished now? Are you done now?
Pogba out, bruv. Pogba out.
Yeah, no, he's right. Wait. He's right. Pogba out of this world.
That's right. Wait, listen, everyone, allow the agendas now. Let it go.
I want to say that on agendas, right? This is not what the Football Terrace is about to a degree. You have to say, Alfie, whether people like certain things that Pogba and his agent have done in the past, no one can denounce or challenge his desire for this team under Ollie.
No one can. I agree. And you heard it from me first when I told you Pogba is a part of World 11. If you were to put a team together of World, regardless of who the striker is, who the defense is, who the goalkeeper is, no, listen, Pogba is World 11. I never denied that to begin with. I never denied his passion. All I'm saying is, the love that you're talking about, United through and through, and his passion that he shows and his quality and all of that. I just need one extra thing. Just come out.
No, it's not coming, Alfie. Let it go.
Let it go. Let me ask you a question. Do you trust and believe in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Yes.
Well, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer trusts and believe in Paul Pogba, that should be enough.
I didn't say I don't trust. I didn't say I don't trust and believe in Paul Pogba. When have you ever heard me say, when I seen Pogba's name on the team sheet, have you ever heard me say, no, get rid of this guy? Never. I trust and believe in him, except, listen, I'm saying let him go. I didn't even say Pogba out, really. What I'm trying to say is, if he wants to go, let him go. That's my agenda.
I heard
my
that.
agenda is freedom.
I heard
that. That's in the summer anyway, guys. That's in the summer. What are we even talking about?
Listen, Alfie. I'll just say this, and then we'll get back to the gas.
Go on. I got gas. Yeah,
what you're wanting ain't gonna come. It ain't coming. So I'm saying, let it go and let the gas continue. Oi, anyone else with an agenda with PP? Let's hit go, fam. My guy. Yeah?
The last thing about the agenda on PP is this. He isn't going to come out and say it. And do you know what? I don't want him to. The best way to do your talking as a Manchester United on the pitch. Like I said before, we don't do agendas here. You know, we have opinions on people and that's it. But the jury's done. The jury ain't even out anymore on Paul Pogba. He is not a flop signing. He is not an overrated player. He's an absolute baller. And do you know the reason? I tweeted this earlier, right? It isn't Pogba versus Brno. It's Brno and Pogba. And do you know what's been amazing? In terms of outputs, Bruno's had a 2 or 3 game period where he hasn't been that. I mean, Cavani buries that header, he gets an assist tonight, but he hasn't been potent. But then Pogba's there to step up. You know, Martial's going for a bad run. Rashi stepped up. Tonight, we have Cavani in. He's there. Poacher's goal. Match winners. Do you know what? Do you know who's winning? Do you know who's winning? Manchester United. I'm saying this now with my absolute chest. Any United fan out there on the planet moaning or crying that a player they don't like isn't having a good game when we're sitting top of the league, go suck your mum, bruv. Go suck your mum. You ain't a Man United fan. You are not a Man United fan if you are not happy right now. Drop your bullshit agendas. We can see through you. We can see through you like a pane of glass. It's obvious. I want to go bits and bobs here. We've had a lot of Man United fans and all of us at times in the last year or so complain about not seeing games like tonight through. It's another gateway pass. We go back top of the league after what might have been a really bitter pill to swallow for these players just before walking out onto the pitch with City's illegal goal. How proud of you of the mentality element and the stability tonight of the team to come back from behind and to put themselves back top of the league.
So City beat Aston Villa. Cool. Yeah. So what? Listen, mentality-wise, we stepped up. This time last year, we probably draw that game. Mentality-wise, the boys knew what they had to do. Win. Didn't matter. All this keeping possession. Did you notice we were patient with the ball? I said it in the group chat. Take your time with it. Literally, that's what we did, okay? The best part, it was Paul Pogba that scored the winner. See, when I went in, I tweeted, say his name. I don't even want to say his name anymore. I want haters, rivals, the people with the agenda to say his name. Listen, like you said, Terry, do your talking on the pitch. Simple as that. You keep winning games, they're going to run out of things to say, but call you the league champions. Do you know what I mean? Mentality-wise, we have moved on. Listen, the point at Liverpool is looking not bad right now. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So listen, proud of them. We keep it moving. I'm gassed, Alfie. Listen, I'm with you, bro. I said it. Do you know what I mean? But we move.
Absolutely. Absolutely on that. I totally agree with you. And do you know what? I'm seeing a lot of comments going up. Terry, has Pogba finally found consistency at United? No. Let me tell you this. He's always been playing like this for Man United. This is no different. What was happening before, though, is people were expecting Paul Pogba to be the 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 match winner in every single game. That has never happened. Even Messi and Ronaldo are not that. I know their goal scoring records look like it, but sometimes they get 5-6 goal contributions in a game and they might go 2 weeks without scoring, right? No one turns up every week in the history of football facts. Where Pogba was being let down before is that if he wasn't stepping up, Pereira, Lingard, Bastian Schweinsteiger, Morgan Schneider, Mkhitaryan, these guys weren't stepping up. Now what's happening at Manchester United is Pogba, Bruno, Rashford, Martial, Cavani, Greenwood are stepping up to the plate. So when one's having a bit of a downturn, the other one's stepping into the slipstream and winning things for Manchester United. This is what the great Fergie teams did. This is why we arguably never had very many players win Player of the Year, because it would be, Scholes would have a 10-game period where he was killing it. And then it was Giggs, and then it had been York, and then it was Cole, and then it was Beckham. We shared it out. This is Man United DNA. Pogba has always been consistent. What Ollie has done for Paul Pogba has built a team with and around him that's enabling everybody to flourish, because this is not MMA. This is not boxing. This is not tennis. This isn't badminton or chess. It is a team sport. And without a good team, no one singular player could do. Otherwise, Messi could win the Champions League with Leyton Orient. No, he couldn't. Simple as that.
Last year.
Do you know what the scary thing is? You know what the scary thing right now is, yeah? we're like on top of the world right now as United fans. We are genuinely just on a mad high, yeah. But one of the bitter pill that we actually have to swallow is we're not even actually on form. We've got Rashford who's not on form. Martial is not on form. Greenwood hasn't turned up this season. Can you imagine what happened? Like, you know, some people are in the comments are saying, "Oh, you got lucky." That's only because you're looking at a Manchester United team perform the way that we performed, even though it was in moments it was great. Passing, it was great. Chances, they were great. But we're actually not on form. Imagine when these guys turn up. Imagine when Greenwood comes on form, Rashford comes on form, and Martial stops losing the ball and actually puts it through guys' legs before he puts it into the net. Can you imagine? Well, like, honestly, like, that's a bit frightening. If it's going to happen,
bruv. And you also forget we've got this another young man about to come through. Now, I'm not even putting any pressure on him, but who knows what he's going to do? We haven't even seen him play.
Say his name, Terry. Say his name.
Diallo, baby. Diallo, baby. I mean, Diallo's here as well. There's so much to be excited about, and we're not expected to be here. Ollie, I want to ask this question to Cam. When are the Ollie outers going to simply put their hands up and admit they were wrong?
Yo, it's not going to happen. It's unfortunate. We're going to win the league, and they're going to say, well, you know what? If we had Potts, we would have won it 10 games earlier, or we would have won the Champions League. It's unfortunate, but I don't care. I'm at this point. It's so fun to watch them waffle and come up with something new every week. It's just like, oh, I just love it. You're sitting there like, what are they going to say now? Oh, you know what? But I shouldn't have been in there because he had that weird head. Like, it's just a bunch of nonsense at this point. Like, we can't have performances where the Ollie outers can look at the team and actually believe that there's something in place. Like, today it was clear. The plan was clear. Get crosses into the box, get your boy Cavani onto the ball. He's going to make things happen. And then we had a beautiful play brilliance from Pogba. But the plan was, I saw it, we all saw it, get crosses into the box, Cavani's going to do something, and he almost scored twice. That was beautiful.
And I want to address this here from Alex. You are right. This time last year, I was Ollie out. March, though, maybe it was April. I forget now. It's been a long year. I did a full video apologizing, saying, do you know what? I couldn't see the wood for the trees because of my anger. I apologized profusely for my weakness, I called it. And ever since then, I've got behind him. I had moments.
Terry, I'm gonna be honest, Terry. You don't have to do this. You've done this like every 2 weeks that you start. 1 second. Every 2 weeks that you celebrate a win, somebody in the comments says this, and you don't. Unless they pay a super chat or it's a member, I don't think you need to respond. You've done it. You said it enough. You said it enough.
This will be the last time I say it. Mm-hmm. Forget what I said though about the Ollie outers. When are they going to admit they're wrong?
You've done that. You've done that.
I was wrong. I admit I'm wrong all the time when I get something wrong. But there you go. That is, I'll take your. We're going to go to some calls now. Sorry, go on.
Really, sorry.
Sorry, I just want to say one thing. The Ollie outers actually might shut up when Donny van de Beek comes into the team and starts balling too. That might be it. That might be it.
I sometimes forget he's part of our squad as well. That's what
I don't care.
We're going to go to some callers now. We've got another super chat.
Really quickly. Sorry, Terry. I'm seeing too much hate for United right now. Yeah, in the comments.
Let them do it, bro.
Let it continue, Alfie.
No. I need to just let them know real quick. When was the last time your team went one full calendar year, 365 days away unbeaten? You and your team are whack. You're a load of crap. You know what? I'd rather pick up dog shit than look at your team, Bridgen. Don't come here and start typing that bullshit. Your team is dead, Bridgen. If I don't care what team you
say this is what you know what, I hear you, bro. Do you know what's mad about this as well, right? Again, no system. We rely on brilliance. No tactics. Do you know why I laugh at these pathetic limp dick motherfuckers now, right? Do you know what makes me laugh at these guys? They are, bruv, living in a mum's basement, no girl, you know what I mean? Straight up, 100%. I mean, buy their clothes from Little Woods, pay it off on
the home with the Vaseline and
Little Woods.
Little Woods. They buy it on the Little Woods and then they don't pay it. Do you know what I mean? These men, right? You know what I'm talking about? We have just equaled the treble winning team's unbeaten away record, right? Now, I'm not saying Ollie and this team needs to even be spoke. It doesn't actually, by the way. We do not speak about this team in the same breath as treble winners because they're the greatest football team in the history of British football. But just to equal like 17 games away from home, unbeaten, is absolutely astronomical. Even if you hate Ollie, just clapping for that. So we laugh.
That is almost
basement dwellers.
That is 2 games off half a season.
Yep.
Like,
bro, it's it's a whole season away from home.
Yeah, whole season. It's a whole season.
We played
2 games away from 19 away from home.
Yeah, 2 games away from 19.
It's an amazing little thing. It's an amazing little thing. Jesse here says, what the Pogba haters don't understand is that every time he scores, assist and performs, we love it twice as much. Absolutely. Listen, we've opened up the lines for you guys to call in. We've got the panelists on now.
And can I just say, to go with that stat of 17, that's as of Bruno Fernandes. So the last game we lost away from home was Liverpool last year. Bruno arrives after the Burnley game. We have not lost an away game.
But it was a panic buy,
since Bruno Fernandes, and we've only lost 3 Premier League games. Spurs, Crystal Palace, and Arsenal, all at home.
Only been part of 3.
That's it.
And I do get that. And I think that's what's amazing about it. And it deserves credit. We're going to go to your calls now. If you go onto our Discord page, the general chat page, we've shared the StreamYard link for you guys to call in on to get that done. Eye test here. I don't think it's the eye test. It says eye test says Ollie will burn out this squad. Will get 5th. We will see on that one. We'll see on that one, bro. Let's go to our first caller, a Liverpool fan, Mohammed here. Mohammed, what do you want to say to me or the panel?
I just wanted to say that was a good victory from United, but there was a lot of United fans thinking that you would walk Fulham right over, like win 4-5-0. That wasn't the case today because they showed what they could do against the bigger teams. For example, they beat Leicester, they drew against Chelsea, they drew against Tottenham and Liverpool, just about lost against Chelsea.
10 men.
Yeah.
You're right. Because I said it before. Well, I was speaking to Zayn on a different stream. I don't know if I said on the Football Terrace, and I said it's not going to be an easy game. Fulham are not the same side that Arsenal and Willian had a man-to-match performance against in the first game of the season. They're a very, very different side from them, and we saw in the last few weeks the results. So I knew it was going to be a tough game. I don't think the players thought it was going to be easy. No. And I mean, that goal early just made it even double tough.
That early goal is what changed it. That really changed it. It did massively. And do you know what's interesting? And this is why I say I support the club over players. Because Bay had a stinker in terms of leading that in. But you know what? We won the game. You move on from there. What I do know is if Lindelof made that mistake, all the Ollie out screaming and crying. But it's great to see. Thank you, Mohammed. Sorry, mate. We're going to jump through some of these calls quick. Next up on the show is Gabriel. Gabriel, welcome back. What do you want to say, bro?
Bro. Do you remember what Ollie said after the Liverpool game? He said, this is only a good point if we win the next one. So the Liverpool point was a good point, okay? First of all. Secondly, do you remember what Bro Keane said? He said, when you watch United, it's not good for the heart. My days, like that became... I was literally muting the commentary because I can't. It's too much for me. But too much for me. I want to say you can't deny the progress, even if you don't rate Ollie as a manager or as a coach, or whatever. You can't deny the progress this team has made over the past 12 months. I think on the 1st of February, it'll be 1 year since Bruno's come in. If we don't. Yeah, so 1 year and we'll have taken more points than any other team. So the narrative that's in the media for some reason that United are inconsistent is, to be honest, it's bullshit. Because if we're inconsistent and we've picked up more points than any other team in the leagues in that time, then the other teams are, I'm sorry, but like, you know what I mean? So progress, Bailly today, I think I'm not going to put too much pressure on Bailly because we keep changing the back line because obviously Lindelof, I think positionally, and maybe he reads the game better than Bailly, but Bailly's got more pace, so it's a tricky one. For the people who think that Ollie would play Lindelof regardless, they're wrong. If Ollie had Upamecano, he would play Upamecano. He wouldn't play Lindelof, you know. So, very good win. Again, Pogba showing he's a leader. For anybody who doubted that Pogba was a leader, that he was sulking, he was a virus or whatever, the guy scored against Burnley. That's +3 points. Scored today. That's +2 points. So only his goal contributions have gained us 4-5 points in the last 3 games. He's a leader. Pogba staying fit is one of the reasons I still have faith we can win this title. If he stays fit and Bruno stays fit, we have a chance.
Yep. So can I just say, as a rider to what you said earlier, and it's about the Lindelof, and it goes into the Pogba one as well. People have judged Ollie like everything since he's been has been perfect at Man United. Remember the mess he came into. Remember the players that were disrupting the dressing room behind.
Say that again. which wasn't Paul Pogba, one of those
Which
guys.
It wasn't. It's never been.
Who we had to get rid of. Then
It was
the
Sanchez and
summers,
Lukaku.
then the summers, which we didn't get the players that we wanted. Bruno came 6 months later. The last summer we had was poor. He's had to navigate all of this whilst Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, and Paul Pogba missed significant parts of last season. And then they finally came back and we got to top 4. Now, there's certain players who are off form, yet within all of that, as you stated, we have picked up the most points since last year, February.
Again, that is the
credit. You have to give the credit.
You have to. One sec. That is the definition of management. If you looked up management in the dictionary, that is going through bad times but riding the wave and managing to find solutions to issues. That's literally what management means. So you can't say Oli is not at least a decent manager. You can't. You just can't. You can't call him a P teacher. That's
I want to
add to your point really quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I want to ask all the Man United panel that's on here right now. Yeah. You know what was our biggest problem last season, and even the half season from when Oli came in? We could beat top 6 easily, but we had a problem with
breaking teams down. Yeah,
breaking little teams down. They used to come up low block, and we couldn't penetrate. Yeah, right. Yep. Since Brno has come in, you know this argument that people say Brno has contributed nil. Yeah, toward top 6 games. What if Brno was brought in to not address the top 6, to address our problem, which was the little team?
That's exactly
and
what
now it's exactly where
imagine bringing in a player. Imagine bringing in a player to do what you're already doing. No, you bring in players to improve what you're not doing.
And guess what? To do it in more games than the other set of games.
Yeah.
But guys, remember, Brno was a panic buy. We didn't need them. Remember that. It was a panic buy.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace that we've sent Andre Peters out on loan. Do you know what I mean? Andre Peters not delivering in the Man United shirt. It's terrible. But like I say, I said this when I went on Aaron's channel the other day. I wouldn't swap a damn thing about our season. I wouldn't go, I'd rather beat the big 6 and risk the other games not going the way we wanted them to. Because you never know the mentality shift that winning one game has compared to the next. You know, a team losing here, what does it do in the next match? Because football all is about mentality. And I did see it tonight in a few moments where United looked a bit shaky, they looked a bit jittery, they looked a bit nervous. And that's because this group haven't been here before. And it's winning the league this year would be one of the greatest achievements in the Premier League era for this Man United team. Not that it means they're as good as other Premier League winning teams, but this is a new group. This is a new group that have never won it before, with a young managerial squad, an inexperienced coaching staff, with leadership, as in terms of the Woodwards of this world, running and steering us, who have never won anything of note either. So it would be a massive achievement. So there's always going to be peaks and troughs and moments. But what I know is this: the hate isn't going to go away. I just checked on Twitter.
Rely on individual brilliance. I've seen it already.
No. Fuck all that shit. Van der Beek is trending. So for me, imagine this. Imagine being angry about a player not coming onto the pitch when you're just gone back top of the league. It just goes to show the anger and the aggression and the bitterness that these basement dwellers have. Gabs, thank you for coming on, mate. We'll speak to you again soon. Love it. Franklin here says, carry on celebrating. He still ain't signed and he's still gone in the summer. All he is doing is putting himself in
No.
Enjoy the ride.
So can I just say this, guys?
He's still our player.
Maybe you guys don't agree. But this is how I look at the Pogba situation, and I think it goes one of two ways. I think if we win the league, there's a very good chance Pogba takes a look around and sees the other teams in the world who are doing terribly, like Real Madrid. Juventus is not looking great under Pirlo. Like, these teams aren't all the way up right now. They're all in the rebuild. Pogba is about to catch the wave of the Man United just hitting that peak. If we win the league, I don't see Pogba leaving. And I'll say this, if Pogba does decide he wants to leave or whatnot, I'd rather let him go for free. I'm tired of the selling him thing. I'm different. Maybe other fans don't agree with that. Just let him go for free.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why he's having the. This is why I don't like. It's always that Pogba's playing well, but he's doing it because of this. He's doing it. I don't care. He is performing in a Manchester United shirt. Sometimes in life, I'll say this again. Sometimes in life, you need to make up your mind up here. Let the burden go of trying to like work out where you're gonna go, what you're gonna do. Let that go. Make up your mind. And
100.
And why don't we listen to the man?
Whether it is to stay or to leave, we don't need to know. We don't need to care. All we need to know is the fact that he's made up his mind. He's performing, and you know what he does? No, he's doing. He's sniffing 21. Is like, rah. Actually, let me put on.
This is why I return.
I don't get why we don't listen to him though. The man has come out. Look, one thing. Look what happened last time when he came out and he made that post denouncing his. He didn't denounce Egypt. Basically, he said the media, blah 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 blah. The fans know what I'm about. The team knows what I'm about. Yet we still talk about what he's about. This man has told us what he's about. It's about winning at Manchester United. So I'm tired of people talking about, oh, he's just putting himself in the shop window. He wants out. Yeah, he's made comments here or there. He has the right to. But what he does on the pitch, he always says it. My play speaks for itself. Look at this man. He's busting a gut out there.
But Cameron, you know what I also said? Listen, Pogba has his value. We put a value on him, and based on just recent performances, forget everything else, we can see why we have a certain value for him. If a team does not put that bid in for him, then I agree with you. Pogba stays until the end of the contract that he signed, the contract that we pay him for. For me, it's not about let's give Paul Pogba the move he wants. No. Let's do what's best for Man United. That means playing him when he's on form, dropping him when he's not, selling him at the right price, or keeping him to the end of his contract. Point blank. And what do they say in America? Period.
Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. We're going to go to some more callers. What I want to put out to the viewers is this as well. Cavani, does he now need to start as the main number 9? He is in form. He is performing. 100%. Definitely. Anthony Martial is not, and this isn't an attack on Martial. We don't do player agendas at the Football Terrace. We are not that type of channel. But that's the question for the viewers. I'd love to get your comments and your super chats on it. Next up on the show, giving us his thoughts. Lincoln's here. Lincoln, what you saying, bro?
Man, like LG.
To quickly answer your question, yes, I think Cavani should be starting in the number 9 position, mainly because of what I saw today. I saw the Martial and Shaw link ups on the left hand side. I haven't seen for a long while, and Shaw's been probably looking like the best English left back in the league right now. But in terms of the game today, I'm just happy. Top of the league. Hello Scousers. Hello Leicester. Hello Arsenal. I love it, man. I'm just loving it. It's just the game had been a fright, and my heart was beating throughout that game. But the pool Pogba shot. Hey Terry.
Oh yeah, is he the best box-to-box DM in the world? Is that what you're saying, bro? Is that? Are you saying that?
You might as well. Do you know that's a yes.
Yes, it's there.
You call me on the spot and stop talking. Yeah, you got me.
Listen, I agree. Cavani for me has to start now. We know that his season's been stop-start. He came so late. Then he had to quarantine. Then he had the 3-match ban across all competitions. So it's been stop-start. It hasn't been a case, as far as I can see, of Solskjaer doesn't think that he should be the number, or he's the best number 9. He just hasn't had the opportunities to play him when he's fit, game after game after game. There's a lot of games in a short time span, but for me, he has to be the main number 9. I want to see him start against Liverpool on the weekend and FA Cup, and I want to see him start against Sheffield United next week.
I think he's got to start now, because with his movement, we're not good at retaining possession. We like to be short and sharp, counter, snap. So with his movement, it makes sense for him to start. I just hope he stays fit. To be honest,
that's the key.
He's managed him very well.
In fact, that's the key. That's the
key. His age. You have to think about his age, and good man management is like keeping up to date with his physio, keeping up to date with his diet, tracking him, making sure that by playing him, I would love to see him start against Liverpool. I want him to smoke Liverpool, and I genuinely, at the end, I want him to tweet.
Why did you do that?
Gracias, Scouserito. That's exactly what I want him to do. Straight up.
Yeah. Guys, we've got some good super chats here I've got to do. First one says, what if you win the league? Then he has no faith in your long-term plans. He don't believe you can win it, or he'll have to sign the contract.
Yo,
Listen, If he wins it and he wants to go, then he goes. Man United have lost players before. I've been a Man United fan, and in my lifetime, I've seen Beckham and Stam and Keane and Rude and Cristiano leave. And we move on.
And Paul Pogba. We've seen Paul Pogba leave as well.
It'd be a second time.
Gregory here says Cavani lifting the curse of Michael Owen. Do you know what? That is true. And number 7.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on. We're going to go to some more callers here. I want to put this out to the panel. Callers, the link to call in is on StreamYard right now, and we did share it in the comment section as well. But I know you kind of touched on, yes. Would anybody... I'm not saying Martial shouldn't start. He can start left. He can start right. Cavani, though, through the middle, has to be the main man right now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He does. And I agree with Alfie. Like, we just need to make sure we're managing his minutes, his physio, his regime properly, because we know what it likes. We've seen what it's like when it starts to go out of hand with Cavani's fitness. But I will commend him. His engine for a man of his age, his stamina, his work rate was today absolutely amazing. And throughout the whole season, absolutely amazing. I love the fact that we have, yes, and I'll say again, I did complain. I did not think this would go well, and I've got it wrong. I'm loving having Cavani there, who we can play up front. We potentially could play Martial there. If Ollie's brave enough, play Greenwood there. We have an attacking setup that is interchangeable, and depending on what team we're facing, can be changed and tweaked to make sure we get the best out of that game. And I'm enjoying that. And if you're not enjoying that, then I'm sorry, you've just got agendas. Because listen, how many teams in the world can say you've got a different attacking lineup for different teams when you play against them? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a really good going on, and I hope Cavani still stay fit for the rest of the season, and we use him properly. Same with all of our attackers.
And one of my favorite parts about the whole Cavani situation is Ollie, since he came in, basically, like you said, he's like, we need to break teams down. We need to be better in fitness, and we need a proper number 9. He said it since day one. He didn't slag off the kids. He didn't say they're not good enough to do it. He thought they were, but he's like, I need somebody who's going to get me the scrappy goals. That goal, Martial is never in that position to score that goal. He's just not. 100%. It's not what he does. So the fact that our manager, our PE teacher, was able to tell the world, I know what I need, and then implement it so beautifully with the interchanging of all the players. Not one man's upset. They're all playing. Is there another manager right now that is better utilizing their squad than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Cameron, that adds to the point I was making earlier about all the issues he's had. He wanted a striker. The same month that we got Bruno Fernandes, he wanted Erling Haaland, and we had to get Odion Igalo. That's what he's been dealing with.
Yeah,
come on, man.
It's so true. Ndombele season here, a big contributor towards the Football Terrace, says, I think the next step for you guys is how you bounce back from the next defeat. I always keep the same energy. When Liverpool were flying last year, I always said I'm intrigued to see how they bounce back from a defeat. Can they get through that adversity? Because those are those little tests, those are those little moments where you really see what your team is made of. And look, I don't make Man United favourites. I'm still not saying I'm going to wait until after the Sheffield United game that we're in a title race yet, because the mentality element is going to come into it, and I'm going to stand by my guns. But every week we break down barriers.
Talking about mentality, I wanted to say this earlier. I remember Saka, horrible first 20, 25 minutes in that game. Eric Bailly, horrible first minutes. I know, and like Fred, he was just running around all over the place, didn't know what he's doing. The way that those players and the rest of the players got in at halftime and fixed up, looked focused, I was happy with. And that's just a little bit of mentality. I remember Saka, was he the best player on the pitch? No. But did he improve from the first half that he had? Yes. Eric Bailly, was he the best player on the pitch? No. But did he improve from the first half he had? Yes. And that's what I want to see from Man United. If you're going to play poorly, you fix up real quick.
I just want to show. I want to show this as well. Points gained from losing positions this season: 21 points for Manchester United. Now, I know people will say that is not ideal, but I swear I'll need to dig it out to get this factually right. But there was a period that spread across both Ollie and Jose's reign where, when Man United conceded the first goal, we never turned it. I swear it was something crazy, like 10 games on the bounce where we conceded the first goal. Back from. Remember when we lost to West Ham away last year and all those games? Every time we conceded first, we were done, we were dead, we were finished. 21 points gained from losing positions. The mentality of that is astronomical. I mean, you could argue we should start the games better, but to come back from it, I mean, it just shows Liverpool are the best team in England and the greatest Premier League team of all time, self-proclaimed. And they've only got 10 points from that position. Leicester are being lauded.
Timmy, have you not noticed?
21.
It's 21 points.
21
points.
21 points there. 21 points.
It's a sign.
21 is coming. 21 is on its way. It's on its way.
Do you know? I really just want to say, you know, that last comment. Can you pull that back up, because that Ndombele fella just said, now I think we need to see what you're going to do after you lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When was the last time we took a loss in the league? Is it November the 1st? Arsenal was that?
13 games. Do you know what's mad? Sorry, go on. Finish your point. Sorry.
But the point I'm trying to make is every time we take a loss, we go on a run. And
exactly.
We're currently on our run. I don't know how long it's going to last. I hope it lasts to the last day of the season.
In the beginning of the season where we were finding our feet, that's been the case for the past 12 months. There's no doubt about that. I had something else I was going to say. My brain's actually gone numb. What's interesting is we play Sheffield United next. You don't want to count your chickens, but they're the worst team in the league and we're at home. I think we're going to win, right? I do. Right?
We better win. 21.
No. In the league. Like, we'll win that. Do you know who our next game's after that? Our next game is? It's Arsenal. It's massive. Again, I think it's a little mental block for this team. We have not done well under Ollie in the league against Arsenal. To beat them at the Emirates when they're on the rise again, they are in terms of performances. It would be massive. It would be.
I don't think we're gonna do it.
It's at the Emirates, isn't it? It's a tough game.
I said to my boys yesterday that look, bro, that's the one team Ollie hasn't cracked. Yeah, and I don't think that we're gonna do it. And it might just be the case that we take another L against Arsenal and go on another run until the end of the season. No problem. Yeah, but I just don't think
it's a tough game. We have to win. Like, there's so much at stake. Not only is there a title race at stake, and Man City, who I guess we're going to talk about, got lucky today to get a win. Their next 2-3 games are so easy before they play Liverpool. February is a tough month for them, but we need to meet them in February within at least the same position we are. We can't be 4 points, game in hand, whatever played, 4 points behind them. We have to win that game. Plus the banter. Like, again, imagine we lose to Arsenal, we beat everyone in between, lose to Arsenal again. They're going to be like, we're basically champions, like when Scotland beat England after 1946.
I knew the Arsenal judge was real when that Xhaka shot against, I think last season, went one way. And then apparently, for some reason, landed in the other side of the goal. From that, I was like, "It's over."
Yeah, that was a madness. Ndombele here says, "Why is that geezer in the V-neck squinting arrogantly? Ease up, little man. Even the best teams lose games."
Listen, can I talk to him real quick? I beg you, brother. Yeah, Tottenham are whack. Thank you for being a member. We really appreciate your feedback. It's all appreciated. Love and respect to you as a person. But your team is whack, brethren. So if you want some airtime during Man United's win, keep coming with the comments, bro. But I'm gonna be squinting all day at your dead team, bro.
We're gonna be checking out the craziest goal in the history of the Premier League next. Only a little bit offside. I mean, only a little bit offside as far as I'm concerned. We're going to come back to that in a bit. We're going to take another caller. While I'm taking that caller, I'm going to hand over to KJ to take over because I need to go to the bathroom. We've got Fixer on the show. Fixer, what do you want to say, bro?
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, man, today was a very good day for us. Brilliant performance from Paul Pogba. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, we deserve it. We deserve it. Like, it wasn't an easy game by no means. But Pogba showed his class once again. And what I was saying earlier, the last time I was on the show, was we need a number 9 or a forward like Cavani, a world-class forward. Rashford and Martial, they're good on the wings. Don't get me wrong. They're amazing players on the wings, but they are not prolific. They're not strikers. And as long as we can drive that into their heads and make them realize that, listen, guys, you guys are good on the wings, but you're not strikers. You guys can contribute, but you're not strikers. Cavani should play every single time.
So Rashi's admitted that he's not a striker. He's on record has said, "I'm not a striker. I'm a center forward. I have no desire to play through the middle." Martial, I agree with you. He's got to learn that. Maybe he's better on that left-hand side.
What's funny about Martial? He's the opposite. He wants to play striker.
He wants to play striker.
He likes to play striker.
Yeah, he wants to.
But let me ask you. Yeah, definitely. But let me ask you, who would you say then is the second choice striker behind Cavani?
Mason Greenwood.
That's the thing. We don't really have one. Even Mason. Right?
Okay. Let me do that again. Right now, Cavani's injured tomorrow. Who starts up front for Man United? That's my question.
I think he's going to have to play. I think he has to play Martial.
I know what he's going to do. Definitely going to play Martial. I'm asking his opinion. What we?
I wouldn't even give it to Martial. I won't give it to Martial, to be honest, because Martial, especially this season, he's missed a lot of sitters, man. He's missed a lot of one-on-one chances. I'll give it to Mason. I'll give it to Mason. I'll let Mason take the reins up front because Mason.
Evidence?
Well, Mason has scored some. The last time he was prolific, last time he had a real run, he buried some good chances. I think Mason on a one-on-one has a better chance of putting away than Martial does.
100, but as much as I'm with it. I would love to see Mason Greenwood down the middle more, given his opportunity. But like Bob's just said, there's no evidence that he will be able to do it, especially in the Premier League, especially in the position they're in. We're no longer in fourth or sixth and struggling to get top four. We're on top of the table right now. Can we afford to let this youth have that time of experience? I'll see you later, Cam. Have a good one. Have that time of experience while trying to fight for the table, and that's the difficult thing. I would love it, but at the same time,
like you said, there's no evidence, but we already have evidence that Rashford and Martial are not prolific. When it really matters, Rashford and Martial, I'm sorry to say, but they will let us down.
So are you discounting last season then? Because last season both of them hit 17 goals in the league, both of them hit over 20 goals for the season. So are you discounting last season?
Yeah, but last season was last season. We can't keep looking to the past. That's another thing we us United fans. We always look into the past. Last season was last season. Martial hasn't done it this season. So we have to go on the current evidence as opposed to what they did last time. Last season there was a whole different set of circumstances. The other teams weren't as on it as they are now. Think about it. Every time any team plays Manchester United, even Fulham, if that was Man City, they would have rolled over. They would have flogged them 5-0. But once they see Manchester United, everybody ups their game. Everybody.
No, what are you talking about? Fulham got a draw this season off Man City. They lost, didn't they? No, they lost, but they still had a good game, though.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like a lot of teams step up their game a bit higher when they play Manchester United. That's a fact. So Rashford and Martial. Rashford does his best work cutting in from the right or the left. Same with Martial, So those guys just need to play their positions and enjoy the fact that they're wingers. They don't have to play up. Martial has been here how many years? And each time he gets his number taken off him. Lukaku came, took over him. Zlatan came, took his number. Dude, just accept the fact that you're a winger and be happy with that and play your best on the wings. What United has to do now, if we somehow survive this season, we need to get another striker. Cavani is good.
About being relegated, about to get relegated.
No. If we somehow hold on and win the league or come second top or something, what we need to do next is get a main striker.
Before you go, because there's other callers on, get a main striker. If we extend Cavani's contract, are you still buying another striker, or are you absolutely. Are you buying for that right wing spot? Because like with Mason Greenwood, you're going off hope. Mason Greenwood and Diallo, right now they just hope that they kick into form. If Diallo isn't ready, why would
remember the last time I called, I said we should get Haaland.
Yeah,
we need to get someone of that ilk, because Cavani is on his last legs. He's amazing, but unfortunately we got him a bit too late. After this season, there's no telling that next season is going to have the same intensity. So we need like a Haaland. We need a number 9 as it were.
So if we get Haaland, what is your solution for the right hand side? Because the stats do show there's a clear disparity between the striker position and the left hand side compared to the right, where there's not much productivity coming from that side.
And that's where our scouts come in. We can't get Sancho and Haaland. So in my opinion, if we're going to get Haaland now, they need to start doing their research. They need to find that left winger, that missing link. That prolific left winger who's going to come in and do the job. If we can't give it to Diallo and the rest of them because they're too young or whatever. But what we need to do is get that number 9, because once we have that, every title winning team has one thing: a prolific striker.
Yeah, talk to Liverpool. Talk to Liverpool, bro. They don't have that, fam.
Yeah, they had like 3. They had like Mane, Salah, and then what's the name, Firmino. They were on fire when they won the league and the Champions League.
I hear what you're saying. I think what's likely to happen is they're going to look at fixing the right-hand side first with Cavani in the position that he's in. Cavani looks like he's set for another year or two. They'll address that afterwards, I think. But listen, thank you for coming on, bro. Really appreciate your call again. Thank you very much. Next caller is going to be, who we're going to put on next? We're going to put Rome in. Rome's here. Rome, welcome back, mate. What do you want to say?
Yo, first I want to address that dude that came on yesterday, Cam, that Arsenal fan that was talking crap about Man United not being on top. So, hey, we're top of the league. Manchester United, we're top of the blood clot league. All right. So now, I want to touch on 2 things, really. And the first thing was that Martial comment. And I feel like as Manchester United fans, we're kind of cutting off our nose despite of our faces, right? Thinking about Martial is not the striker that we need. Martial is not a striker. He should be going back on the left side. But isn't he a different type of striker to Cavani, which is exactly what we need in games when we need to change things up a whole lot? Like Cavani is good in what he does. Martial, we need to accept that Martial is not that kind of striker.
Yeah.
So Cavani would be the movement in the box type of Lewandowski type of striker. And Martial reminds me of the Aguero type of striker. In the box, skillful, and can get a goal. We seem to forget that last.
Sorry. Before you go, you're gonna get killed for even putting Martial and Aguero in the same sentence.
No, hell no, I'm not
No. I know what you're saying. I'm just letting you know you're gonna get killed.
Let him come at me, bro. Cause think about it this way, bro. Remember last year, this man scored 25 goals in Man Rashford, right? And we weren't saying this last year. It's just form is temporary, bro. Class is permanent, right? And man, then we need to shout out David De Gea on that save, bro. Y'all remember that shit? Because I was down on the ground, nearly threw my son off the bed, bro. Because
from Loftus Cheek.
Yeah, from Loftus Cheek, bro. I was freaking crying. So we need to shout out David De Gea on that one, bro. And again, top of the league.
And about Dave, do you see what's happening with the competition with a squad now? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Luke Shaw playing some of the best football that we've seen in the United shirt. David De Gea regaining form that he seemed to have lost last season and the season before that. Like the only person that you could really say that this is harming is Martial, but that's if it's only one player, that's right. A good thing. That's a great thing. You know what I mean?
And this is why I was never angry about Dean Henderson coming back in. Like, yes, it probably will stunt the development of Dean Henderson in the short term. He may not get in the England squad for the Euros, but as far as Man United is concerned, I want the best keeper. So if David De Gea wasn't good enough at the start of the season, then you bring in Dean Henderson. And if David De Gea is good enough, then Dean Henderson, you got a whole bench. Like, this is Man United. You just got a whole bench, man. It is what it is. I'm not here to be pandering to players. I'm a Man United fan. I want what's best for Manchester United.
Yeah, you know what else?
He come out yesterday, and he was talking. He said, I was so happy when Tellez came because all he seems to be doing is just we keep making each other better. And sure, those last 2 games that he's played, mate, not a foot wrong, not a touch wrong, not even a ball wrong.
He's been our best defender this season. He's been our best defender across the whole back 4 plus the subs this season.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? One thing that we need to do, I know we're trying to give Man United some gas here. But today, Fulham played like the Fulham of the 2000s. That was a proper Fulham game.
Chris Coleman and them, man.
Yeah,
Chris
proper.
At one point, I thought that manager was done for, especially at the beginning of the season after Arsenal raped them like that. I thought Parker was out.
Do you know what Scott Parker has done, which I love? I think this is what great managers do. He's adjusted the way his team were playing because they were being exposed in the Premier League. And I think there's a lot of honor in that. Rowan, thank you for coming on, having your say, mate. Really do appreciate it. Everyone who's tuning in, make sure you're smashing the like button and share button. Subscribe to our Facebook page and Twitter page as well. Check out manscaped.com. We've got something big in the pipeline for the Football Terrace community really soon. We're on the verge of a massive partnership and merger. And when I say big, I mean absolutely like God, like my forehead big, like with no hairline, bro. Forehead big. Really excited about what the future holds for the Football Terrace. So stay with us. It's going to get bigger and better. I've got 2 or 3 new shows in the pipeline as well, with much bigger YouTubers than I. Like, these guys make me look like Warwick Davis in size, bro. That's all I'm going to say. Big up Warwick Davis. Is that a pun? Maybe saying big up Warwick Davis? I don't know. We've got a super chat here from Ryan. I was just about to put it up as if by magic. Man like KJ did it for me.
I know. I'm starting to read the movements.
About Man United not being top of the league. Hard to hear you down there in 11th, wherever your wasters are. Yes, that's where they are. Next on the show, iTest is with us. iTest, welcome back to the Football Terrace. Ollie, the Man United are top of the league. What do you want to say?
I want to say is, if Ollie's a PE teacher, does that make everyone else the students?
Come on!
Ollie Pop!
Come on!
Ollie Pop! Oh, hey, you love to see it. It's like a son that's grown up.
Top of the table. That Pep is his student. Klopp is his student. They're his students. He's top of the table. And bro, Paul Pogba, man. Paul Pogba. If he scored the goal against Liverpool, the propaganda I would come with right now, 3 winners in a row. Yeah, I know the guy in the top right, he doesn't like Pogba. Yeah, I know he's been hating on Pogba. He said he wants him to go.
Bruv, come correct, man. Listen, don't put words in my mouth, bro. Come correct. I never said I hate him. I love him. Yeah, I love him. I never said, what other allegations did you just made up some shit. I said, let him go. I said, Pogba out, let him go. I don't dislike him. I love him, bruv. Some of the shit he does, I think is amazing. Yeah, I'll put him in my team all day long, every week. I'll play him twice. I'll make sure he's exhausted. And then I'll tell him, bruv, go back out there and run. No problem, bruv, yeah? But my man has told us he wants to go. His brethren, Raiola, said he wants to go. He's not happy. I'm not happy with this. For me, that's a bit of loyalty. You needed to come out within half an hour of that message or that news report. He needed to come out and say, my agent is talking shit. Man United forever. I'm staying here. Don't worry about it. But he didn't do that. So therefore, I'm telling him, if he's free to go. I don't hate him, bro. Don't come out with these allegations. But when did you hear me say I hate him? I love my guy. I follow him on Instagram, bro. Get out of here, man.
Anyways, top 5 of all time, man. Top 5 of all time. Another winner. Another winner. Yeah? Another winner, man.
Listen, I mean, someone in the comments, iTest, is saying that you need to do a face reveal if Man United win the Premier League.
Oh, yes. If
United win the league, I'll do a face reveal.
Okay. Everyone in the comment section, you heard it here first. iTest will reveal his face live on camera, live on air. If Man United
unless you're under 16 and your voice is just very deep. I don't know.
Super chat
can I also to ask? Oh wait, read it first actually, because my question.
2 weeks ago, I said Martial is a good player, but not a number 9. Someone from Football Terrace said, I have an agenda. I think we all see it now. And listen, when you think Martial is good or not good is fine. Like if someone thinks you got an agenda there, I wouldn't really agree.
I wanted to ask iTest about Martial, because I mean we know iTest has been a flip flop, so I'm not sure what his opinion has been on Martial at times. Because at times he was like, these are Man United's only good players, Martial and Pogba, and then a week later we ain't got any good players. So I actually don't know. But for you, where is Martial best in this team? A striker, left wing, bench,
left. For me, I'm left. But go on, iTest.
I'm not a big fan of Martial, man. I think we need to buy a younger striker. I think we need to buy. Cavani's old, but if there was a younger Cavani, a 25-year-old Cavani out there, that would be the perfect option.
There is someone out there, but you don't like him. There is someone out there, but you think Isak is better. There's Haaland.
I would go for Haaland. But there's not many good strikers out there. Haaland's like the only one.
Cavani's the best strikers.
The Suarez, the Agueros, the Lewandowskis.
You know what I would say, bro? What I would say is this: there are strikers out there. It ain't about you or I finding them. It's about Man United's scouting network, because it's about pluck. Because no disrespect, until Man United got linked with him, I had no idea who Bruno Fernandes was, because I just didn't, because I don't play computer games and I don't watch European football. It's only when I hear a name you start doing your research on somebody. By the way, big Thomas Tuchel video dropping tomorrow about his tactics and everything else. Test, thank you for coming on the show and having your say, mate. Big thank you to you. Everyone watching, smash the like button. Let's get this past 1,000 likes, please. A comment here says, I think Loftus-Cheek had a good game. What do you guys think?
Yeah. He's going to leave Chelsea, and he's going to be another one of those men that will thrive because of that. You know what I'm saying? He's not a Chelsea level footballer, but he will definitely be a good Premier League player.
I think you say. I thought you were saying for a second.
No,
I was going to be like a Salah or De Bruyne.
No. He's too old for that now. Man,
I was about to lay, because listen,
that's like 25.
Chelsea fans. Sorry, go on, bits and bobs.
No, I actually thought he was a massive problem today on the ball, off the ball.
Yeah.
He done Luke Shaw. He done
he saw Maguire in a dream, bro.
Yeah, Maguire. He bullied Fred. And I just thought to myself, I mean, in a better team, he looks like a massive problem. But, do you know, Fulham, teams like that always have a couple of players that poses threats. And, yeah, man, listen, the guy can walk off the pitch with his head held high, you know what I mean? He was really good. But the thing about him, he's not consistent enough, is he?
He's had a lot of injuries, and Chelsea fans, like they always do, they gas up all the youngsters like they're the best in the world. So I have been very, very critical of him, just because Chelsea fans gas him too much. But as Kay just said, Chelsea's not his level, unfortunately, because of injuries and other things, and maybe just form. He can't keep the consistent performances. When he was at Crystal Palace, that was the best football we've seen of him. Now at Fulham, we may see the best of him. A mid-table Premier League side, he may be more talented than that, but consistency-wise, mid-table Premier League side, we'll see.
But Nix, you must remember, a certain someone would probably trade Bruno Fernandes for Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
You know what's bad though, right, about Loftus-Cheek? Do you know what about Loftus-Cheek? It's a rhetorical question here. Why does Ross Barkley look better at Villa than Chelsea? Some people like Loftus-Cheek, in my opinion, when there's space for them like there was tonight, because we don't play defensively against Fulham, he looks good. If he's up against a low block, I think he's bang average. Like Ross Barkley for me. You put him in a team where he's up against low block 95% of the time, he can't break it down. You put Ross Barkley in space, he comes alive. And I think that's the difference between the elite level players. I mean, if you gave Bruno Fernandes space in every single game, he'd score even more, because he thrives on it. It's when you close down the space and it's hard. That's why, by the way, when you play against low block teams, you cannot win football matches without individual moments of brilliance. It is a nigh on certainty. I mean, look at City tonight. Arguably the best system manager of the last 15 years. One moment of brilliance from the Bernardo, two moments. One, the referee decision, and secondly, the Bruno Fernandes shot is what won them Bernardo won them the game. It's how it works. Go back to last night's game. What got less to the opening goal? Was it brilliant football or a moment of brilliance?
Moments of brilliance. That's why I don't get moments of brilliance. It's why we love football. Imagine taking.
So go on.
Imagine taking all moments of brilliance out of football. Imagine taking away that little shimmy that Ronaldinho did in front of the Terry, bro, and then toe poking into the back of it. Take that away. Take away Zidane's weak foot volley in the Champions League final against Leverkusen. Take them all away, and what you've got a boring game. The reason why we love football is because of individual moments. The same people that say, they only won because of individual brilliance. Love Ronaldinho, love R9, love Messi, love Ronaldo. What do? Individual brilliance. Get out of here, man.
And on those people, on those players, their coaches and their systems, that volley from Zidane in the Champions League final, that wasn't
I saw that live. Just putting that out there, sorry.
Oh, you were there, man. See,
That's £80 I've ever spent.
I bet, bro, that's what you need in football. And then how far do you take? And this is a genuine question to the audience. How far do you take individual moments of brilliance? A shot, yes. A bit of skill that puts you through on goal, cool. A wonderful pass, like a cutting edge pass, okay. What about a really good corner? What about a really good quick bit of play, like someone taking a corner quickly with nobody's there. What about an amazing tackle that stops someone going through on goal? What about amazing reading of the game, which a Michael Carrick would have, where he's intercepting? And indeed, he does it all the time. Indeed, he intercepts so many passes because he reads the game. That's his brilliance that enables him to be one of the best DMs in the world. If you remove everybody's moments of individual brilliance in games, they're me. They're at my level of football. The reason I am not a good enough footballer is I've played before and I've had touches that have been amazing. I've had shots and passes where I've gone, did I just do that? Why are League One players and Premier League players where they are? Because Premier League players have more moments of individual brilliance across their attribute skill set than League One players on a more regular basis. That's the difference. Anyone, if you're out there thinking this, individual moments of brilliance exist in every single team throughout the course of history, and they always will. The more you have, the more positive you should be. That's where the issue. And the reason why, one sec, bro. The reason why Man United used to stand out is because we only had 2 or 3 players in the squad that could do them. So it was like, we have no system because it relies on Pogba or Martial or Rashford to have a moment of brilliance. Yeah, I get why it looks like that, because they were 2 big fish in a really small pond. When you look at the Liverpools and you look at the Cities in the last 3 years, to make it really give you a bit of recency bias, there's 5, 6, 7, 8 players in each team every game producing moments of brilliance. So you don't notice it because it's just part of the landscape and the backdrop. It's a fallacy. It's a nonsense. And without it, no team is successful.
Terry, we should take away Man City's last title win, because that company goal was an amazing moment of brilliance, and without it, they would have never won the game. And because it's not a system goal, we shouldn't count it, innit? Systems are a basis and a platform for the players to go on to be brilliant. That's all they are. They're a platform. They're not the main thing. Otherwise, you could win the league with me, you, and Lincoln in goal. Like that. The systems are great. They're amazing things, but they are only platforms for players to go on to be brilliant.
2011 Champions League final, and Terry mentioned the best system manager of all time, or at least the last 15 years, in Pep Guardiola. Ferguson called that midfield a carousel, arguably the best team in European history in Barcelona. 3 out of the 4 goals in that final, including ours, were moments of brilliance. David Villa, Lionel Messi, Wayne Rooney. Pedro's was a system goal. Wait, so is it 1-0? It's not 3-1, it's 1-0, because that was the only one that was a pass and tapping at wherever it was in the air. That's why you have the best players, because they give you those moments in the time you need it.
Just go back and look at the weekend of football. Why did Man United Liverpool end 0-0? Because no one player in an attacking sense had a moment of brilliance. What you did have from both teams was moments of brilliance from either keepers or defenders. We had defenders pulling off, what a tackle, what saves. Those are moments of every time De Gea has pulled a goal out of a save out of nowhere where you think, how did he do that? It's a moment of individual brilliance.
Shouldn't have saved it. It
wasn't part of the system, because our system got broken down. We should let them score because we don't want. It's when you break all these nonsense criticisms of Ollie down to their nth degree, to pure atoms. It's just shit, bruv. It's like someone who's eaten a lump of shit and then they got morning breath on top, bruv. That's all it is. It's nonsense. There is no credibility to it whatsoever when you break it down. Without it, a lot of people are talking about they would prefer Ndombele over Brno. Why? Only because he pulled off a goal the other day, which was out of this world. Until he scored that goal, I never heard his name got mentioned next to Brno. What's made you talk about him? That moment. Brilliance. It's just mad. It's just mad. It's just how it is all the time. And all the people going, shut up. That's because you know we're right and you're rattled. That's because you know that you're absolutely in the mud. You basement dwellers. It's as simple and as straightforward.
I can't wait until Everton win and Liverpool go like 4th or 5th.
Football is just a collection of moments of brilliance. That's all it is, and we love it.
We got Mark on the line. Mark, last caller of the night. What do you want to say, mate?
Guys, I just wanted to come in and say, all the haters who I've been chopping up their lines of salt all night, I can tell you as well. But all those haters putting down Pogba, discounting Paul Pogba's performances over the last month, the hard work, the blood spilled, and saying that is just moments of brilliance. All right, they're fools. They're not watching the games. and it's intellectual dishonesty. I can tell you right now, it's the immense amount of hard work that he is cycling through in each game, getting from contest to contest, which allows him to then elevate himself for those great moments to win matches like he did today. And you know what? I'd like to say something to the Supig, Graham Souness, that horrible old man, he's got nothing good to say about anyone but himself. Like, Supig, start clapping, mate, because Pogba just took a shit in your hand today, buddy.
Can I ask a question?
I hate that guy. I hate Liverpool. I don't even care.
Oh, come on, man. Man like sourness, taking the L, fam. I love it.
There's a comment in the.
No, I love Paul Pogba. I love Paul Pogba.
1 second.
I've watched him. Sorry, guys. I apologise to. I love Paul Pogba, and you know what? That guy's just hating on him for no good reason. Like, it just didn't look good to me. It wasn't a good look for Liverpool, but you know what? That's the way they roll. Fine. Be that way.
There's a comment in the chat from VK Dean. He says, robbed of a pen, second game in a row, big decision against us. Robbed of a pen, second game in a row, big decision against us. The campaign against us from Klopp and Richard Keys is paying off for them. I'm guessing he's talking about the Rashford foul on Robertson.
Fred.
No.
Fred. Left cheek foul on Fred.
No. Because he said second game in a row. So I'm guessing the first one he must be talking about. Remember when Rashford ran through on goal and they gave a foul on Robertson? I don't know. Because I've heard a lot of people talking about that, saying that wasn't a foul. So I don't know if they're talking about that one. But obviously today, do you think that was a penalty?
All day long. Why? I had the commentary off, so I didn't even hear why they didn't give it. Can someone explain to me why it wasn't given?
Because Klopp was up in the VAR booth.
See, for me, I don't think VAR were wrong.
He was.
To overturn it.
Come on.
Because I don't know. Because what it is, Fred steps across Loftus-Cheek, but he doesn't actually control the ball with the foot he steps across. He just steps across, the ball runs across him, and their feet collide at the same moment. Yeah. So I don't think it's enough to overturn it. If the ref gave it, I don't think VAR would have overturned it.
For me, it's one of those things for me where if you do that in the middle of the park to shield the ball and they kick your leg, they give a foul. For me, it was a cast iron penalty. But ever since Jurgen Klopp's comment, you've had that decision there as an example. You've had the Burnley goal disallowed, which was Maguire's, and there's been these little things. And I'm not City got a goal tonight, which I've never ever.
Can we talk about Barchester City? Can we talk about?
Can we not? Because we've got Midnight Vibes coming up, and I want to.
Yeah,
I've got to set that shout. We're going to talk about it on there. Listen, everyone who's tuned in tonight, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. Smash the like button, hit the share button as well for us here at the Football Terrace. Midnight Vibes back. I've got a massive Thomas Tuchel to Chelsea video coming out tomorrow. It's a tactical breakdown to really explain how he plays and what he can bring to Chelsea. I did spend about 8 hours watching footage of his teams today. It was quite entertaining actually, because they play really. I don't watch European football. They play really good stuff, Trust me, it's Chelsea fans get excited. In terms of Midnight Vibe,
Lampard.
Yeah, that's the irony. We're all laughing at Lampard failing. Tuchel could turn this Chelsea team round because the guy plays serious ball. Everyone who is watching, though, there's like nearly 2,000 of you still tuning in live now. Midnight, come back to the Football Terrace, because Midnight Vibes is on. So make sure you are here. Until next time, take care.